We're looking at a framework presented by Dr. Danny Kessler, an associate professor at Dongseo University, regarding the intersection of entrepreneurship and wellness tourism. This chart highlights the massive scale of the global wellness industry, which is currently valued at $6.8 trillion. In the face of a market this large, many students hesitate. There is a common psychological barrier where teams feel they must have a completely polished, flawless concept before they even begin testing. This graphic defines that stall as analysis paralysis. It occurs when the drive for perfection stops the development process entirely, preventing any real progress from being made. On the left, we see the results of this traditional perfectionist approach. It is characterized as a slow process where feedback is kept internal and isolated, making the final business model fragile when it eventually hits the market. Because this model relies on a single, unvetted launch, it makes the math of success difficult. In a market that moves this fast, an initial concept that hasn't been tested is statistically unlikely to be the one that actually works. This text asks a critical question for this program. Why do average ideas beat brilliant ones? The answer is that the average ideas start moving and improving sooner. The right column introduces the iteration engine. This is a workflow designed to be rapid and mechanized, using external feedback to build a more resilient business model. The first step is simply to identify a spark. You start with a raw idea as the basis for immediate testing. Then, the goal is to get early feedback and use AI tools to process data and accelerate the next version. In this environment, your success isn't tied to how good your first draft is. It is predicted by the speed of your feedback loop, how quickly you can move from a raw idea to a version informed by real data. On the ground, student startup teams are testing raw products. They aren't debating theory. They are gathering reactions and changing their prototypes in real time. This staircase illustrates the specific evolution required. Each testing phase moves the project up a level, from version 1 to version 4 and beyond. The note here is vital. Winners emerge through iteration. The final quality is a result of those consecutive steps. Moving through these versions at a high speed is necessary for this program. To be competitive at an international level, a team has to demonstrate they've refined their idea based on more than just their own internal assumptions. This map shows where that cycle leads. The top 3 finalists who prove their concept through this process earn the opportunity to pitch their results in Phuket. The ability to repeat local failures and fix them quickly is what prepares a project for this kind of global scale. You use the local stage to find out what's wrong so you can arrive in Phuket with a version that actually works. This radar chart shows 5 vectors for final evaluation: innovation, design, presentation quality, relevance, and business viability. Using the iteration engine naturally improves relevance and business viability. Testing with real people ensures the final product fits actual market needs. However, speed alone isn't enough. If you move quickly without a clear sense of direction, the project can spin out of control. This is why the feedback loop is important. While AI tools help process data faster, the data itself has to come from real, empathetic human interaction. This ensures the relevance metric on our chart stays grounded in what people actually want. The final directive for this program is simple: build fast, iterate faster, and have fun with the process. In a multi-trillion-dollar landscape, the safest strategy is not to wait for perfection. It is to move fast, find your flaws early, and never stop iterating.